Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta De, Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta De. Jaya Vishna Vinasha Jaya Natangade, Bhaktavatsala Jaya Natangade. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Jai Sri Gandharva Giridhari Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Sarva Vigna Vinash Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagwan ki, Bhakta Shiromani Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki, Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Gaur Premanandi. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu, for blissful Kirtana. Welcome to all to day 16. Today we are going to learn more about chapter 15, which is the Yoga of Supreme Person. So in this chapter, it is our material world is compared to a upside down banyan tree where branches are down and the roots are upwards. So till the time we don't know that the main tree, like in the image of in water, we see the image of tree upside down, right? Like that, it is there actually. So if we don't know the truth of that, we'll be wandering in this material world. That's what I understand from this. Prabhuji will explain more in detail. Thank you, Prabhuji. We can start.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna all once again. So, today, another important chapter. Trying to understand from this 15th chapter, the Yoga of the Supreme Person. Many times in the Purushottam Mass, I hope you all know, 4 years once you get this Adhika Mass, which is known as Purushottam Mass. In those months, every day we chant or recite the verses of this 15th chapter. This chapter name itself is Purushottama Yoga, because here Krishna says about himself many things. And here, what I can say, the last 3 verses is more important. Here, we can make out the difference between the Lord, Supreme Lord, and what I can say, the living entities who are Muktatmas and Bandhatmas, who are liberated souls and who are conditioned souls. So what is the difference? And Krishna is supreme to all. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. Eko Bahudati Kama Vidadati. So it is said, so it is very subtle to understand. Once you come to this knowledge, a person cannot be without a devotee. Without surrendering to, he cannot live his life. You'll understand that. But we need some purification for that. So we need Guru and Krishna's mercy for that. Without their mercy, we cannot do it without their blessings, isn't it? So let us humbly offer our prayers to them. Okay, please fold your hands. You can chant Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Ishtapadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swaminiti Namine Nama Acharya Padaya Nitikrita Padaya Gaurikata Madaya Nagrata Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandam Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So before starting, let us offer our prayers, our thanks, our gratitude to our divine grace Abhay Charanaravindra Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who was the founder Acharya of this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So before starting 15th chapter, yesterday what we discussed, another important chapter, it was very subtle, the divine knowledge where Krishna is revealing here, that is the three modes. Without Krishna saying this, how will he come to know that we have such kind of modes which is controlling us, and how to overcome this? Sorry, it's simple. That's why Bhagavad Gita is a formula. It's a book of formulas. It's a manual to our life. Without this, there is no life. And many, without knowing this, think what is special in this. It's an ordinary book like other books. Definitely not. There's so many things to know in our life. And what we are learning in this 1 hour of period, it's hardly one, not even 1%, just 1% you can imagine. So many more to learn also. Okay, 3 modes. In these 3 modes, Krishna is saying Satoguna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna about that. And he says race for prominence. Always the 3 gunas is in a competition. Who comes first? So within everything is there. So to whom are we giving the way? That's our choice. That is the independence which Krishna has given to us. Then actions in the modes. So what the actions we do, how we eat, how we sleep. So many things. What the activity, how I walk, how I sit, how I stand, how I cook, how I work, how I speak. Everything matters on these 3 modes. And which mode you are, you act accordingly. And what you put inside, that's what comes out. And with what you associate, that's what happens to you. So what is the time I'm associating? Which time I'm more active? This all matters. And especially what we eat. It matters for our health. It matters for our thinking capacity or the willing or the feeling, whatever. And everything matters what we eat. Eating is more important. So from the day 3, we have started offering to the Lord. What we are eating is a divine thing. It's not a sense gratifying food. It is prashadam. It changes, it purifies our senses. It reveals our visions. So many things just by eating the prashadam. We may not know in the beginning something. Somebody is saying, oh, Krishna is saying, let us offer something. We do that way. But later upon, you realize that it's a waste. Okay. Then last, pure life. Mam chayo vicharena bhakti yogena sevate sa gunan samatittaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. A person who engages in devotional service surrenders unto me. Yesterday also just I made a sound, today also. Just in a fraction of a second, he can become pure devotee. He can come out of this 3 modes. 3 modes is very difficult, very subtle. You cannot even recognize it. You cannot come out of it. But once you surrender to the Lord, Daiviyeshu Gunamai Mama Maya Durutya Mami Evaya Prapadyate Maya Metam Tarantite. Very easily he'll come out of this. Okay. Now let us go to today's chapter. Today's chapter, home or hotel. As Prabhuji was saying, where you are staying, whether it's a home or it's a hotel. Then options, then maintainer and the essence. These are the topics today we are going to see in today's chapter. But before that, as usual, I'll start with a small story I used to say that. So now it's only 4 days left. Till 16, 17, 18, only 4 days left. Already passed more than half of the sessions now. In this 4 days, at least in the beginning, I'll say a story. So many days I was saying a story which was related to the topic. But in this 4 days, I'll be saying a story which is related personally to our character, our attitudes, and our nature, how we should be to become a devotee. What are the important qualities? And this is not a story also. It is, I take the passion from the previous acharyas so that we may understand. Okay, so today's story I'm saying about Kureshi, Kurat Alvar. You all know Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya's the best disciple is Kurat Alvar. So before this, he was also an ordinary man like us. As we are now, the same way. Actually, he was a king in a dynasty Kuru. Kura. There was a place Kura. So he was a king there. But what the quality he had that made him to become an Alvar? Clear? Small, one quality. That is what I request every day. What was that? Let's see in the story. So he was very inclined to know more about Ramayana, about Mahabharata, Bhagavatam. He used to call all the sadhus and may invite them, and he used to make them to give pravachan on this. So many used to come, and one day the absorption that he had in his hearing was important. So once Ramayana, a person came and he was saying Ramayana. So this all was saying, then the Sita, Rama, Lakshmana were banished to the forest. So they came for this Panchavati. All this is saying in his Ramayana pravachan. And finally said, Shurpanak, he came. And the thing happened to her. Lakshmana took his knife and cut up her nose. That way, once again, she went to her brothers. Kara and Dushana, she complained. And now the demons, Kara and Dushana, they are coming to attack Lord Ramachandra and Lakshmana with 14,000 demons. Many? 14,000 Rakshasas are coming to attack Rama and Lakshmana. Just hearing this, he was, what I can say, disturbed a lot. He said, what is this? Lord, you want to attack two, that is Lakshmana and Rama, 14,000 Rakshasas are coming. Then what we are doing sitting here? Come on, everyone stand. Let us go and support Lord Ramachandra. This happened in Treta Yuga. He's sitting in Kali Yuga and he's saying, let us go and help Rama there. So, see, who can oppose king's orders? Nobody can do anything. And he's calling the army chief and he's saying, yes, now make the ready for the army. Let us take an army, and they are ready to go now. This minister thinking how to say to convince this thing, king now. And he sends one, the soldier with the fastest horse. So he goes and he comes in a return backside, and all the army is going. He comes there and he says, I'm coming from Panchavati. The battle has been over. Lord Ramachandra single-handedly has killed all the 14,000 demons or the Rakshasas. Oh, is it? Oh, my Lord is so great. He can do anything. Fine. And he accepts and he comes back. And the minister thinks, oh, this is not good enough for us. So he goes to that pravachan person. He says, never ever you should say such kind of incidents in Ramayana. Always there be only good things. Okay. And the pravachan person from that day, he started saying that Rama Pattabhisheka, Rama Janana, Rama Kalyanotsava, that, this. So every day there was a celebration in the kingdom. Every day feast, every day celebration. Oh, they were all enjoying. One day this person was giving pravachan. He became ill. He was suffering from some fever or something. He sent his son. Today you go and do some pravachan. Okay, that person came. But he forgot to say that you shouldn't say this kind of incidents. So on that day he came, he started. Sita Devi was kidnapped. He started from that topic. We thought my father has completed half of the Ramayana. Let me start from this. Kidnapped. So Sita Devi was kidnapped by Ravana. So he is carrying her to Lanka. He already went to Lanka now. And here, what? Mother Sita been kidnapped by a Rakshasa demon. What are we doing here sitting? Arey, Mother Sita is in such a difficulty. Why should we be here? We should go and help her. He made the army to stand, and once again they are going. Where? At least this time on the land, at least somebody can come in the opposite and say, here, they are going to the ocean now. Where to go and come to return? Now, this minister is thinking, what to do now? Yes, this king, no? See, those days, kings are always in the front line. Not that they send the soldiers and they'll be backside. Kings, Kshatriya means a person who's in the front. He goes in the front and he is leading them. He's seeing the ocean. Okay, even ocean cannot stop me. Let us all pass this ocean. He's just going in the ocean. He's entering. The whole army just following the king. Because the king orders, nobody can say no, no. So the water is coming to his neck and he's about to sink into the water. And Lord Ramachandra himself, he comes there. He says, my dear Qureshi, please stop, please stop. I have saved Mother Sita. You don't need to come. Yeah, no. You're wantedly saying this because you doesn't want my help to be there. So you're saying this? No. I will come and save Mother Sita. Then wait for a while. Then he'll go and bring his Mother Sita also. Mother Sita, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, Hanuman, everyone, whole family is coming and giving darshan to this Qureshi. We are all safe. See, Mother Sita has been saved. Mother Sita, are you safe now? Yes. Yes, child, I'm very much fine now. So he was happy and then he came back. This was the only quality he had to become a Alvar. What was that? Shravan, Shraddha. Absorbed in the words of the scriptures of the Acharyas of the world. That is what we need. If we have such kind of an absorption, definitely even we can become Mahatmas, great devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj. Who not? We also can become the same. But we should have such kind of an absorption in here. And not faithless hearing, complete 100% faith in the words of scriptures. Okay. Thank you. Now, let us see in today's acronym, HOME, H-O-M-E. That is home or hotel, options, maintainer of body, mind, soul, essence. First, see whether we are staying in the home or what is the difference between home and hotel. Hotel is a rented one where we can stay for few days, not long. Home is a permanent thing where you can be peacefully happy, that nobody comes and throws you out of the home. Here, this is the difference. And Purandaradas also says, Alli ide nanna mane, illi iruvudu summane. I'm just here simply here staying, but my real home is there in the spiritual world. But a brilliant person, an intelligent person, what he does when he's staying in a hotel, just he'll finish up his work and he'll just move out, isn't it? Do you think you go to a hotel, take your room, and you say this, oh, this color is not good, let me change the color. You call the painter and doing the paintings. Oh, this wardrobe is not insufficient for me. Let me do some wardrobes. But there is no proper AC. Let me fit a AC. Will you do all this? If you do this all, definitely you should be a mad person. Yeah. And one day what happens? The hotel manager or the boss will come. He'll kick you out of the room after your period. That is what happened in our life. Clear. This body is not... This is a rented home where I'm staying. I'm decorating every day, fair and lovely, hair dye, many things like that. Always make-upping. I want to show off in a good way. No? What's the use? One day Yamudutas will come, they'll kick you out of this body. That's then finished. That is our life. Be intelligent enough to understand where are we staying. Not only this body, this material world also. This is not the permanent place for us. Krishna says, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. It's a place of miseries. And it is temporary. We always think to be permanent. That's why you don't get settled in your life. When you can see from the age of 5 till the age of 100, everyone are saying, tomorrow I'll be settled in my life. Tomorrow I'll be settled. The small boy says, oh, after me getting through this education, I'll be settled. After getting a job, I'll be settled. After getting married, after getting children, after making your own house, after getting married to my children, after getting married to my grandchildren, I'll be settled in life. No one is yet, everyone trying to get settled. We cannot even get settled because there is no settlement in this material world. It is temporary. And one day you give up your body and you once again restart. This is all foolish things that we keep on doing in our life. We should be intelligent enough to understand. That's why we need Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Then you can see here our layer life. Upside down, Krishna says here. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Urdhva Moolam Madha Shakam Ashvattam Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yasvam Vedasa Vedaved. The Supreme Personality of God, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. One who understands this Bhagavad Gita is sufficient. You can understand this banyan tree. Banyan tree is nothing but an imaginary thing where Krishna is comparing our life to this banyan tree. It is something like upside down. It's very simple. You can see in this picture, in a lake bed, how there is a tree, and you just cover the top portion of your picture and see the below part. You can see that is reality. Yes, this tree is in a real upside down. That's what is our illusion or our ignorance. We think this is my permanent place. I'm happy here in this material world. But actually, this is not my place. We need a lot of work to be done to understand this. Just a small story, I'll say this. That's why we need Guru and the scriptures to understand this. Once what happened? A queen, she came to take bath in a river. She took bath, finally dressed up, decorated herself with all the jewelry and everything. She went back. In later part, she noticed that she has missed one diamond necklace. And she's searching. She did not get it. Then she complained to the king, I missed this diamond necklace. And the king says, okay, fine, forget about it. I'll get you a new one. I'll get you better than that. She says, no, that was the first gift which you gave me. I never want to miss that. I need the same diamond jewel. Then he sends this message to all over his kingdom with that, what they say, Dangura. In that way, he used this message that whoever gets this diamond jewelry, that 10 times more, the reward will be given to them. 10 times more. Jewelry necklace, whoever gets, 10 times more reward. Now the whole kingdom is searching after it. One person is searching. He came to this river, he's searching, he's seeing that there is a diamond necklace within the river. Wow, he was so happy. He just dived into the river and he's searching inside, there is no diamond necklace. He comes out. Coming out, he is able to see that. Once again, he's diving. This is happening for several times. Started this in the morning till afternoon, he's just diving into the water, coming out, diving into the water, coming out. One sadhu sitting next to under a tree is noticing this. He came to him, my dear boy, what you're doing here? That boy said, this is something like Maya Jala, like something is happening here. I'm able to see that diamond necklace there. When I get into that water, I'm not able to find it. And once again, when I come out, I'll be able to see this. Then the sadhu says, oh my dear boy, don't be a fool. That diamond necklace is not within the water. You can see above. It's on the tree. It's hanged on the tree. I have to go and take that. Just climb the tree and you take that. That is it. If he is an intelligent person, he'll listen to that sadhu. He'll climb the tree. He'll take the diamond necklace. If he is a fool, what he does? You think I'm a fool? I'm able to see the diamond necklace in the water. Once again, I'll dive and try to get it from there. Will he be able to get it from there? His whole lifetime, if he tries also, he cannot do because there is no diamond necklace. This is our life. There is no happiness in our life. There is no settlement. There is no permanency in this world. How much ever you try. We are trying this in 84 lakh species in different forms, in different senses, on different kinds of attitude or work or whatever you say. We are trying all our best to get this happiness, but we are not able to get it because there is no happiness here. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Very simple. If we agree to that sadhu, a spiritual master, he is the person who has seen the truth. If we take up that, yes, he gives a better knowledge. Then you'll be able to realize, yes, so many days I was a fool searching here within the water. Let me try. Now the spiritual man. That's what. When you take up this Bhagavad Gita seriously and execute in a life, you'll be able to experience the real bliss in your life. Clear? It's very simple understanding. Then, how to free ourselves from reflection. This is what the reflection, no? How to then correct destination. We should understand what is the purpose of human life. Then detachment through attachment. Detachment through attachment. Important sentence. You should be attached in the Lord's service. And do your activities in detachment. Do our responsibility or the activities or the duties in detachment. Not that giving up our life or giving up our responsibilities. Not going and sitting in Himalayas and doing some meditation. Giving up the responsibilities of family or the country or the nation or whatever. Whatever I am responsible, I am supposed to do that. But do that detachment and do that as a duty or the service to the Lord through attachment. Very simple. Then giving up lordship over material nature. Definitely, this material world doesn't belong to me. Always I try for to achieving it more and more, lording over more and more to this nature. This is what is binding me day after day, day after. Yeah. And now let us go to the next topic, that is options. Difference between the spiritual world and the material world. Blissful world, spiritual, permanent happiness. Here, miserable, temporary. This is the difference. So it is option is there. Now the choice is in our hands. We have the independence now. So we can decide, should we be in the spiritual world or in this material world? And Krishna is saying about a spiritual world. Saying, Na tad bhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavakaha yat katva na nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. Seeing some qualities of this spiritual world. That supreme abode of mine is not illuminated by the sun or moon, nor by fire or electricity. Those who reach it never return to this material world. That is my spiritual world. There is no need of sun or moon. There is no need of electricity. There is no need of fire. It's always illuminated. That means it's always with light in the sense, it is with complete knowledge. It is not in darkness. It is not ignorance. There is no ignorance there. We understand our reality, our swarupa, our constitutional position, and we live according to that. Our constitutional position or the swarupa is Jivera Swarupa Hai Krishnera Nityadas, eternal servant of the Lord. And once we come to our constitutional position, then we'll be able to understand the bliss or the real happiness in our life. And the spiritual world, as Brahma says in the Brahma Samhita, Chinta mani prakara sadma shukalpa vriksha laksha vriteshu surabhira virpalayantam lakshmi sahasra shata sambrama sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Wonderful, beautiful. Chintamani prakara sadmashu. It's filled with Chintamani touchstones. And it's filled with Surabhi cows, and the rivers are just flowing milk. It's overflowing like. Even the grass and trees are being nourished by the milk of Surabhi cows. And there are Lakshmi Sahasra Shivasam. Thousands and lakhs of Lakshmis are in a queue standing to serve the Lord. That is the place of spiritual world. We can be one among the Lakshmi Devis. One among the great, great devotees in service of the Lord. That is spiritual world. Here, but what has happened? We have given up that, our lost connection. We have lost our father. A small boy lost his father and somewhere in the marketplace. Just imagine, what is his life? He'll be begging on the roads. Even if he is a son of a king, he'll be begging on the roads. We don't have his father. Now we don't have our father. That is why our life is miserable. It's a small story. Not a story, it's a logic. Once there was a king, he went for a hunting, and his son also said, Father, even let me join you. He was a small boy. They went, and he was lost in the forest. The king tried his level best to search him, but he was not able to find his son. So they came back after many, many, many years. And even the king is getting older. He needs now his son so that he can own him, because anyhow he's going to becoming old. So he thought, let me find my son once again. Sends the minister, sends task finding. And the minister will find that boy. Some hunter have taken him and they are taking care of him. Now he has become a big boy. He goes to him and says, my dear boy, you know who are you? Who is the father? He is the great king. Please do come with me. You'll be enthroned now. You'll become the king of this kingdom. You need to have such kind of struggle. Come, please do come. If the boy comes, he'll have a blissful life under the shelter of his father. If he says, no, 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 who are you? I'm a hunter's son. I'll be here only. What happens? It will be a miserable life. That is what our life is. In this Bhagavad Gita message, spiritual master is coming to you and is saying, my dear boy, do you know who is a father? He's the Supreme Lord. Akhilanda Koti Brahmana Nayaka, the Lord. Krishna is your father. Please do come with me. I'll take you to the spiritual world. What are we saying? No, 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 no. I am this body. I am happy here only. I'll be here only. What happens? This is a miserable life we'll be living. Once you take up the instructions of the spiritual master and the scriptures, the message of the Supreme Lord, we get connected to the Lord. Krishna says it, Mamaivamsha Jiva Loki. All the jivis are part and parcel of God. We are fragmental parts of Krishna. We are separated from him, and now we are stuck up in this material world. The complete verse goes like this. Mamaivamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Manashashtani Indriyani Prakritistani Kashti. Mamaivamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. We are all eternal. We are part and parcel of the Lord in yoga. Understood from the second chapter. Satchid Ananda, even the Lord is Satchid Ananda, even I am Satchid Ananda. Both are equal qualitatively as one drop of blood, and the whole blood in my body is the same. When you have some diabetics or some disease or anything, the doctor will not take the whole body blood and check. He takes a little blood from your body and he checks that. He'll come to know that the whole body has the same problem what the few drops of blood is having. Isn't it? The same thing. We are qualitatively one with the Lord. So the one drop blood cannot say, oh, I am complete. I am whole. I can do it. No. But once we get separated, even the fire is always burning. And once the spark comes out of the fire, what happens? It just diminishes. There's no power to that spark. Same way, we are all very powerful as the sons of the Lord. As a part and parcel of the Lord, we are very much powerful, complete knowledge and with complete bliss. But once we get separated to him, we have the struggle. You can see here in this picture. We're all part and parcel of the Lord, but we are spending our life in this 84 lakh species. We are transforming from one body to another body to become happy in this material world. We are diving. The diving is nothing but our one life. So diving 100 times, that is 100 lifetimes, we are trying to achieve that diamond necklace. Never ever will be able to find that, because there is no diamond necklace within the water. There is no happiness within this material world. Very simple. So you have to come out of it. Accept the words of the spiritual master. Through him, try to get the real happiness. How we are stuck up here? Manashashtan indriyani, including the mind, the six senses. Prakritistani karshati. The quality of this material world, you know. Have you seen this? What I can say that? Suli, they say in Kannada. That in the water, you can see that whirlpool or something. Once the boat goes, it will be rotating and it will pull you inside. So that is the quality of this material world. And when there is no water, when the river is dried up, even then there'll be some, what I can say, mud, a sticky mud will be there. When you just go on there, it just starts pulling you. And see, just stand still, it will pull you little bit, that's it, or else you'll be there. Once you do more activities, shake your legs or hands, it will pull you more faster. That is the quality of this material world. You engage more and more into this material activities, it will make you more and more degraded in our life. In those days, they were so happy and they were so traditional, cultured, and so dharmic people, religious people. Then, when the sense gratification started increasing in our life, today's life, such a, what I can say, illusion we are living. Such a worst life we are living. And we think we are experiencing happiness. Foolishness. Such a mad life we lead. But if you are happy, those days, 100 years without disease they lived. And now children's taking birth, they are with diabetics. From the birth, they start taking medicines. That is our life. I hope. I don't know how many are not taking any medicines in this or their area. Everyone are taking one or the other medicine, isn't it? We get this back pain, knee pain, not able to sit. We're sitting on the chairs, not able to sit still. No. Sitting for 1 hour, it's a great challenge to have. Just imagine this 1 hour, you'll be doing with this, like this, like that, like this. Why? That is our weakness. Once you wanted to have more and more sense gratification, you are getting degraded more and more. That is the quality of this material. More and more you become selfless. More and more you try to serve the Lord. You'll become more energetic, more enthusiasm, more healthier. You can see the devotees. 365 days they serve the Lord. They don't get any disease. Nothing happens. Even the small accidents like this, they get cured. Who knows? Who is that? Nobody knows this. This is their karma. Something will come, pass away and go. But Krishna is always protecting the devotees. You should experience this. Otherwise, my words becomes a lie. It is simply some words he's saying. That's it. You should experience in your life. Then you will be able to understand. Yes, Krishna consciousness. This is what I can experience in my life. Okay. And you can see material existence. How is it? Shariram yat avapnoti yachapi utpramatishvaraha Ritvaitani samyati Mayurgandhani vashayat. The living entity in the material world carries its different conceptions of life from one body to another as the air carries aromas. Thus, he takes one kind of body and again quits it to take another. Clear? That's what Krishna said in the 8th chapter also. Antakale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram. What the consciousness you acquire in this lifetime, you carry that to the next life. As the air passes on a jasmine tree, what happens? Jasmine flowers, you get the smell of the jasmine flowers. You don't know where the jasmine tree is also, but you can feel the smell. The same way, when you're changing your body, all your vasanas, all your nature, the gunas, the modes, everything is continued for your next life. This is how he tries his level best to get satisfied by one or the other means of this senses. This is what you are passing, 84 lakh species. So many lifetimes you try to experience the same. Ahara, nidra, bhayamaitunam sha. Only these 4 things. Ahara, nidra, bhayamaitunam sha. Even a dog eats, even I eat. Even dog mates on the road, even I do something in the road. What I think? Oh, I am feeling better happiness. No. You be in a 5-star hotel, you be in a small hut, in a jobri, anywhere. The experience of sex, the experience of eating, the experience of sleeping, it's all the same. No change in it. Even the dog is experiencing the same happiness and sorrow, and even we are experiencing them. But we think, oh, we are superior to dogs and hogs. No. We are experiencing the same thing. If you are thinking only on that platform, ahara nidra bhayamaitunam sha samanetan pashubir naranam. It's so equal to the animalistic life. Dharme itesho adhiko vishesho dharme nahina pashubis samana. If you don't think more than these 4 activities, You are equivalent to an animal. The purpose of the human life is Athato Brahma Jignasa, just to understand who am I? Aham Brahmasmi. I am the spirit soul. I am not this material body, not this, what I can say, destroyable body. I am eternal. I am eternal. I don't have any problems. I am part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. I'm nowhere connected to this material world. This is all the bodily related things. I am separate to this. I am a spirit soul. This knowledge should come. Yes, it will come. And cycle of incarnation. So when we take, like, as I was saying, the story of Giridhara, if you're absorbed in hearing this and implementing the life, definitely, there's no doubt, Krishna said several times, there's no doubt, Arjuna, in this, just execute. Same through Arjuna for us. Okay, then you can see in this verse, Shotram Chakshusparshanam Cha Rasanam Grahanam Eva Cha Adhishtaya Manaschayam Vishayanupasevate. The living entity, thus taking another gross body, obtains a certain type of ear, eye, tongue, nose, and sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. He thus enjoys a particular set of sense objects. This is the madness. When he takes a different body, when he is having a desire now, he takes a better body. Lords give a better body for that particular sense enjoyment. If I am willing to eat whatever I see, my next life will be a hog. So Krishna is showing his mercy on us. There's no limitations. Even stool can be eaten in this body. Yes, take this body, enjoy. I want to be a flesh eater. I want to be a non-vegetarian. Yes, take the body of a cat, take the body of a lion or cheetah, whatever. So you'll be able to enjoy accordingly. So, but we are in such a illusion, in such a situation. You can see this rat. It wants to come out of that trap. But what it is doing? It is running with that circle. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi circle is in our life, and we are running towards it to escape and be happy. Never you can do that. If the rat turns its face this side or that side, if it's able to realize that it's so simple to come out of this cycle. But what it is doing? It is trying to get more and more faster into that cycles. Want to come out of it, but it is running and running the cycle. Just you can see the circle is turning. It keeps on running. That is the ignorance. Utkramantam sthitam vapi bunjanam va gunanvitam vimudhananu pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. The foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body, nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of the modes of nature. We always have millions of desires. Even scientifically it is said for 1 minute, 400 desires enter our mind. 400 desires. Keep on desiring. This t-shirt is good. This saree is good. This is good. That is good. I need this. He need this. What happens? The desires are overflowing, and Krishna says, Tata, so you should fulfill all your desires. And you are trapped for millions of lives with the problem of death, birth, old age, disease in this cycle. Running like this rat race. Foolishness. And it is such a, what I can say, illusion thing. We are trapped into this and we are not realizing that. We think, oh, I'm happy. What is this? Always is, what I can say, spiritualist or trans, they say we are not unhappy. Dukkhalayam. Who said this is Dukkhalayam? This is Sukhalayam, Anandalayam. This is, I'm so happy. It's a small story for this. Once what happened? Indra. You all know Indra? The king of heaven. We think to go to heaven to feel a little bit of happiness or enjoy more of our sensory things. But he's the king of heaven. Once he was cursed by spiritual master. What happened? He took the body of a hog in this earthly planet. The hog. You know hog? pig, which eats the stool. He was cursed and he has taken the birth of an hog. And there in the heavenly planet, there was no king. Then Brahma sees this. He'll come down. It's a big story, but I'm making it very short. Only we can take the essence of it. So here, Brahma comes down. He says to Indra, my dear Indra, the heavenly kingdom, the throne is empty. We need a king. I will free you from this curse, from your spiritual master's curse. I will free you. Please do come and become the king of heaven. Then the Indra, who is in the form of hog, he says, who are you? You want to disturb my sense gratification. I'm so happy here. See my wife, so fat wife I have. See my children, see my family. So many pigs, small pigs. I have such a big family here. And every day I get fresh food. What the hog eats? Stool. Every day I eat fresh stool. I'm so happy. You want to disturb my happiness? I'm not coming to any heaven or anything. I'm happy here. This is what our situation. Being in the body of a hog thinks I'm happy. And being in this human body, I think I'm happy. I don't have any problem. How is our madness? I'll say another thing. Yeah, we know about these camels. Camels in the desert, when there is nothing to eat, no, there is plant with thorns. So it just bites that and eats that. With thorns, big thorns. What happens? While eating that, it pricks its tongue and blood is coming from the tongue and it is tasting the blood. The camel is tasting the blood and saying, oh, it is little painful eating this plant, but still it is tastier. I'm happy with this. That is our life. We think it's a little bit struggle, but somewhere I'm feeling the happiness. Our own blood is giving the taste and we are not able to realize. My life has been, what I can say, stuck here. I'm degrading here. I'm getting trapped here in this material world. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm happy. Doing more and more sense gratification, you are more and more trapped into this material world. And that is the miserable thing. More and more you get this life, millions of life is in a queue for us now. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi is our real problem. It takes so many lifetimes to understand this. If we are really taking in a complete surrendered way a spiritual master and the scriptures, definitely we can come out of this cycle. How the rat is running. This is what is our life. Okay. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge and see all this. Clear? If you take a Bhagavad Gita, that's our life begins with it. We don't take, not end. There is no life at all. Without Bhagavad Gita, there is no life. Okay. Now let us go to the next topic, maintainer. Yeah, Krishna says, Gama Vishyacha Bhutani Dadayamyaham Mojasa Ushnami Chaushadi Sarva Somo Bhutva Rasatmakaha. See how the Lord maintains us. I enter into each planet and see Goloka Vrindavana chatted. Okay, you can see there. Mahavishnu, after his one breath, all the universes emanate from his body. It's all lifeless. And he expands himself as Garbhodaya Kashaya Vishnu and enters the universe, gives the life, is the life soul of that universe. Then from there he starts his lotus sprout. So from his navel, and there Brahma comes. There is a secondary creation happens. There he expands himself as Kshirodaya Kashaya Vishnu. He enters as Paramatma within every living entity's heart, and on every atom he enters. He gives the life. Without Lord, there is no life. In this way, he maintains. And by my energy, they stay in orbit. These planets, they just float. No, it's only by the strength of the Lord. How the flight is flying, because it is a soul is sitting. That pilot soul is there. Without soul, he is also a dead body. No? Because of that, it's flying the same way. Without Lord, everything is dead. He makes everything, maintains it. Then I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of life of all vegetables. The fruits and vegetables that we get, the nourishment, taste, the strength after eating the grains and anything, we get the strength. No? That is the power of moon. Krishna in the form of moon, he nourishes us. And not only that, the sleeping, how important is sleeping? Actually, when the sun sets, that is the time to go to bed. Not putting the lights on and TVs and this and that. And that's why we are unhealthy today. In those days, they were so healthy because they were living with the nature, not against the nature. Sunsets, that is the indication that you have to go to bed. See the birds and see the other animals, they go to bed. That is what their life is. At 8 o'clock, maximum this is, you have to go to bed. But nowadays it's impractical. And at least we can try our level best after knowing this. 8 o'clock, you have to go to bed. And 10 to 2 is our deep sleep. It nourishes, every life cells is being nourished. You don't get any disease. And you say heart blockage, that blockage, this. No blockages. All our cells of our body gets rejuvenated, gets active. Just by having a good sleep. Don't think, oh, good sleep, so let me sleep for 10 hours. Even you sleep for 20 hours, it's no use other than this time. This is the time where the moon is in a peak. That is the deep sleep you should have, and then all your body, this thing gets nourished. Without Lord's mercy, nothing happens. Even to be healthier, you have to follow the scriptures. Follow the instructions. It's very easy. Follow the nature, you'll be happy. Here, then no disease, nothing. In this way, Krishna is helping each and every living entity and so many things. And here, he gives with the vegetables and fruits that strength. Once we eat, we get nourished and we become strengthy. No, we don't have that capacity also. Actually, he enters the body as a digestive system, as a Jataragni. He digests the food and he gives the vitamins, the proteins or calcium, whatever you say. You can give hundreds of names to it. And he nourishes us to become strengthy, powerful. And whatever Krishna creates is always complete. Nothing is incomplete. Om Purnam Madam Purnam Idam Purnam Udam Uchyate. That is in Ishopanishad, there's a verse. Om Purnam Purnam Udam Uchyate. Something like that. So whatever emanates from the Lord is complete. Anything created by the Lord is complete. See the creation. You can see here, some system you can see here, the water in the oceans. When there is a sun, it evaporates and goes, it transforms itself to clouds. And the clouds, they come and give the rains on the land. And when the land is getting, with the rain, what happens? The grains grow and everything grow and we get prosperous. We get our food, whatever. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanya dhanna sambhavaha. And after that, what happens? When there is more water, once again, through the rivers, it goes back to ocean. The cycle. And you can see the breathing system. We breathe oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. And the plants take carbon dioxide and gives it oxygen to us. See the system. It's complete. It is complete system. That is the creation of the Lord. Yeah, and many things to discuss on that, but I don't have sufficient time there. The maintainer of the body. It's the splendor of sun. Aditya Gatam Tejo. And nowadays, many have this vitamin D, There is something deficiency of vitamin D. Why is that? Sitting in the AC rooms, sitting within the house, always not exposing to the sun. We get this disease. Krishna has filled up vitamin D in sun. You get nourished. Just come out and do your duties. And those days, they were so strong. They used to come out and they start working in the fields. Go back. Just for 3-4 hours, they work. That's it. And they were so healthy. We sitting in AC rooms. We are just spoiling our body and everything is disturbed here. Okay. Then maintains the planets. We saw this. Then supplies the juice, life to all vegetables through moon. Then fire of digestion. Vaishvanara. It is a Jataragni within the stomach. When we eat, it just digests that. Without the Lord, without that fire, no digestion. Many have digestive problem. Why we don't have the fire within? That's what. Then digest footsteps by outgoing and incoming air. Another way is, so when we breathe, that Jataragni develops when we breathe. We have many different kinds of air which goes in, and then it develops the Jataragni and it comes out. In this way, there's so many systems, subtle and very minute things to know. We may not be able to understand this, but this is the system of the Lord. It's always complete. And one thing you should understand, Krishna is helping me in each and every activity, is trying to make me happy, whatever the desires I have to be fulfilled. Without him, nothing can happen. Okay, after this, meanwhile, what is he doing? He is nourishing our body, is maintaining the mind and soul and everything. He's always trying us to make come out of this trap. Sarvasya Hridi Sannivishto Matta Smritir Jnanam Aponamsha. As Paramatma is within the heart, is residing there. What is he doing? He's giving the intelligence to us. And he's giving the remembrance to us. And even the forgetfulness. Oh, many things. Why? This is why I'm getting forgetting. Lord is making me to forget. Yes, He's blessing you, He's helping you. Just think you are a hog in your previous life. And now you remember that. How horrible is our life? The unnecessary things He makes to forget from our life. And which is necessary, He makes us to remember and be happy. And He gives intelligence for that. This is for each and every living entity, He does this. And for devotees separated. Then, Vedaisha Sarvet Aham Eva Vedyo Vedanta Krut Veda Vidyeva Cham. All Upanishads, 108 Upanishads, 18,000 Puranas, 4 Vedas, 2 Ityasas. So many things are there. But the essence of all the scriptures and everything, it's only one. It is to understand the Supreme Lord Krishna. Vedaischa Sarvair, all. Aham Eva Vedyo. Just to understand me. And who is giving this Vedic knowledge? It's me. I am giving this. Who is compiling this? It's Vyasadeva, who is the incarnation of the Supreme Lord. And whom to be understood? It's me, the Supreme Lord Krishna. This is the essence of all the Vedas. Clear? That's no, Bhagavad Gita is not for memorizing the shlokas. Yes, they say, oh, memorizing shloka, this shloka I have learned, that shloka I have learned. There's 700 shlokas, I know 108 shlokas. What is the use? Harry, you don't know the essence of the verses and you just memorize it. Yes, shloka reading is for children who are young. When every day reciting the verses, their tongue becomes very, what I can say, clear. Spashtate, they say. To be very clear, crystal clear words will come from their tongue when they're every day chanting these verses, and their intelligence starts becoming more and more finer and finer. They'll be able to remember more and more. This is for youngsters. They have to learn this Bhagavad Gita shlokas, memorize everything. Then once you pass your age of 40 or something, those days it was 50, now it comes to 30 somewhere. Once you pass after that age, you have to realize the verses what you have done. That is the time of realization, that what you are experienced in a life, apply these verses, understand the Bhagavad Gita knowledge, experience it, and then you'll be able to realize, oh, this is the realization, this is the purpose of this material world, this is the purpose of this spiritual world, this is the purpose of my body, this is the purpose of my life. That is the time for realization. After some say, after 60 years only, no Bhagavad Gita. What will you do after 60 years? Not able to see, not able to hear, and something you want to do, not able to walk, not able to sit. Don't be foolish. Many are diverting life. Many are spoiling us. There's a big team to spoil us. Don't get trapped into it. Be intelligent enough. Okay. Maintainer of soul is here, the Vedas. Then the 3 essence, the more important, the last topic is 3 verses. Dva vimau purushau loke sharas chaksha evacha Kshara sarvani bhutani bhutastokshara uchyate. There are two classes of beings, fallible and the infallible. In the material world, every living entity is fallible, and in the spiritual world, every living entity is called infallible. Yeah. First, let us understand the two kinds of human beings. Two kinds of human beings are only one kind. There's no two kinds. Living Jiva, there is only two things. That is Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva. You should understand that. We are all Jiva Tattvas. We are all these living entities. Krishna has two kinds of, we are all part and parcel of the Lord, but always we are the servant of the Lord. And there is Lord's expansions. That is like Narsimha, Rama, Kurma, Varaha. Lord's expansions. We are the creations. That is the part and parcel. We are the servants of the Lord. Clear? For example, if there is a kingdom and there are so many hundreds of workers or the officials within this kingdom, but there are some family members of the king. They're always different. Clear? The son, the wife, the daughter, the brother, whomever. They are different. And whatever the position we have, wherever we are, still we are the servants of that king. That's a simple understanding. The Lord is expansions or all the Vishnu Tattvas. And all is part and parcel that is said is all the living entities. In this living entities, now it becomes two. Who accepts the order of the Lord, he becomes Muktatma, liberated soul who is in the spiritual world. Another, it is we who are all, what I can say, want to be the enjoyers. We don't want to be the servants of the Lord, we want to be the enjoyers. What did he do? He sent us to this material world, and Lord is so merciful on us, He created a universe and he made us Brahma of that universe. This is how we entered to this material world. After entering as Brahma, when our sense gratification became more and more, I was give the example of the water, the whirlpool, which pulls us inside. What happened? We wanted to enjoy more, we are getting degraded. We want to enjoy more, we are getting degraded. We want to enjoy more, getting degraded. And now we are taken this 84 lakh species, trying to enjoy in other senses. Sometimes we think, seeing some animals, if I had been an eagle, I might have been flying, no. If I had been a fish, I might have been swimming inside the water. Yes, our next life will be an eagle and a fish. Enjoy. This is what my desire is. So Krishna says, yes, enjoy. Actually, is helping us. So without Bhagavad Gita, without a spiritual master, our life is empty. Or in other words, we don't have any life at all. Clear? And now, see, living entities, fallible and infallible too, Kshara and Akshara. Who is this fallible who has fallen down? Who is selfish? Here, independently wants to enjoy always in material world. Who's selfish? And this person is selfless, wants to always be with Krishna, never leave spiritual world. He wants to serve the Lord, so he will be in the spiritual world. I want to enjoy my senses selfishly. I will be here in this material world. Now it is our decision to be selfless or selfish. Those days, they used to get liberated. But nowadays, we are not able to hear certain things. I don't know how far in your families have happened, but we are all the same, no? You all should have been heard, but if your ancestors, your parents have not said you may not know that. So I know many of our great grandfathers, like, they used to say me that. My grandfather used to say his father's father. So when he came to death, at the deathbed, he was saying that there is something coming. A chariot is coming there to take me back. There's some Pushpaka Vimana, something is coming there. So I'm going to leave now. I'm going back. He used to say this, give up his body, and they were able to literally see this. They were saying that. Now, have you experienced that kind of things? No. Nobody is getting liberated nowadays. Only Yamudutas come. Yamudutas, they take their, God, we cannot explain that. They said, for much, 400,000 scorpions pain will be having. Because you can just imagine the skin out. In that way, in one or the other hole of our 9 holes, they put that passion and take our life hole, which is the hole. In every life cell, there is life, no? That the subtle body, they just drag it. That's the pain we get. That's why we're scary seeing them. And even our, we pass the urine and stool on the bed and during the time of death. This is the kind of deaths we are seeing. Nobody's happily living his life, saying that, oh, there's a Pushpaka Vimana coming. When we are more and more selfish, we get more and more trapped into this material world. And that is endless life. Because then we should get a spiritual master who guides us. And I should have faith on it. So many are here. I don't know how many have faith, complete faith on this. Somebody will be taking for a time pass. Let me hear and let me try better. Other things also, no. There's so many things. What is only Krishna conscious? Let me try other things also. There is meditation, there is dhyana, there is this, there is that. So many things are there. Oh, so many other gods also are there. So many things we have. We don't have complete faith. In that way, still we are getting difficulties to see. Then here Krishna is saying, Uttama Purushastvananya Paramatmeti Udhavrutaha Yo Lokatrayam Avishya Vibharti Avyaya Ishvaraha. Besides these two, hear attentively, besides these two, that is Muktatma and Baddhatma, there is the greatest living personality, the Supreme Soul, the imperishable Lord Himself, who has entered the 3 worlds and is maintaining them. That's what Padma Purana says. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. Lord is one among us. He is our Father. Never a son can become a father. So you shouldn't claim that, oh, I and God are both same. No. Lord is always supreme. But He is also one among us. We are part and parcel of the Lord. That should be the understanding. Even if we become Muktatmas, even if we enter the spiritual planet, even if we have a bigger post there, even then you are the servant of the Lord. You cannot become one with the Lord or equal to the Lord. That's why it is said, scriptures, Asamaurdva. Never ever you can become equal to the Lord or superior to the Lord. You are always the servant of the Lord. Jivera Sarupahoi Krishnera Nityadas. This is our position. This clarity we should have. This should be the clear understanding. Clear? Now Krishna says, Yasmat Sharam Atitoham Aksharadapi Chottama Atosmi Loke Vedecha Pratita Purushottama. Understanding this, what happens? Because I am transcendental beyond both the fallible and infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am the celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as that supreme person. Intelligent person only will be able to accept this. Krishna is supreme. He doesn't come under this fallible or infallible. Even if it's any Muktatmas, Krishna is superior to everyone. Let it be material world, spiritual world. Even there are millions and millions of incarnations, avatars. But the Krishna is the supreme. Ete chamsa kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. There's so many avatars, like Rama Avatara. It is Narsimadev, Vamana, Kurma. This demigod, these devatas you live, they are the living entities actually. Okay, but the expansion also, but Lord is supreme, is the Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes and he is the supreme of all both, that is material world and spiritual world. Aham sarvasya prabho mattas sarvam pravartate. This should be a clear understanding to us from this 15th chapter. Our living, our relationship, what is my position, where am I staying and where should I go, and what is Lord, Supreme Lord, the difference between the living entities and the Supreme Lord. Clear? This is the 15th chapter. And today we saw home and hotel. Where are we staying? It's a hotel or a home? You decide. Then on and on, over and over again. That is the options Krishna is giving the spiritual and the material world to us. Here, experience birth, death, old age, and disease. And there you experience the eternality, complete knowledge, and bliss. It's our choice to choose. Then M is the maintainer, how Lord maintains our body, mind, and soul. Clear? Then essence in 3 verses. These 3 verses we saw. What is the essence? The difference between the living entities and the Supreme Lord. This all helps a lot to understand. Otherwise, sometimes some other philosophy disturbs us thinking, making us to understand that, oh, when I meditate, even I'll become Lord. I can become that light, and I also will be one of the God, or I'll become the same God. Something like this. Many philosophies we have. All the, what I can say, demonic philosophies, they derive from this Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures, make their own philosophy. And sometimes Krishna says, yes, that is also okay. Let them, somewhere they're developing. Somewhere they're developing and coming to the next level. That is also fine. Krishna is very merciful, but still, we should understand the complete, the absolute thing. Okay. And what is tomorrow? Tomorrow is another important day for us. 16th chapter, divine and demonic qualities. Are we demons? Or are we demons? Divine? We'll come to know. It's a very small thing. If I take a left turn, I'm a demon. If I take a right turn, I'm a divine. That's it. Tomorrow we'll try to understand. It's so simple to understand, and our life is so simplified by this Bhagavad Gita. Okay, then other aspects and outlook and opinion of demons. If we become demons, what is the result? If we become the divine, what is the result? The removal of demonic qualities. If we are demons, how to remove that qualities that we are as demons? Okay. And now the quiz link. So please do attend the quiz. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishna amanina manadena kirtanya sadhari. Trinadapi sunichena, be humble. That's what. When we be humble, kirtanya sadhari, you can chant the holy names of the Lord always, you can become a pure devotee. Tarorapi sahishnuna, be tolerant. Yeah, I just said, be humbler than the blade of grass on the street. Just be humble. And tarorapi sahishnuna, be tolerant than a tree. Tree is tolerant. Just try to be tolerant with that. Then amanina manadena, respect everyone. Don't expect any respect for yourself. That's it. When you have these 3 qualities, kirtanya sada hari, always you can chant the holy names of the Lord and you can become a pure devotee. And one more thing also, if you're always chanting, you'll acquire all these qualities. You'll become better and better and better day by day. Okay. Thank you. Now Lakshmi Narasimhadev, Andarvika Giridhari, ISKCON HPR. Now let us see any questions there. And we'll see the announcements. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for a wonderful explanation. We can see the report of yesterday, and in the meantime, devotees can raise your hand if you have any questions.
Actually, yesterday's celebrations, Diwali celebrations, making everyone feel. Still, they're not come out of it, I think. Even myself. Yesterday, all had come to the temple and we had busting crackers and.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu, please share.
Anil Prabhu, you can share the Excel. I'm not able to see that here.
Sure, Prabhu. Let me share. I think even you all should celebrate the festivals in this way. Gather in one place. Those days, at least the relatives used to gather. But nowadays, where we don't have any relations with anyone, all are enemies only. That is our nature, and that is the families also nowadays. Each and every family has the same. So one thing I have to say, yesterday in Shira also. Shira, we have one team there. So I requested in the Sunday that we are celebrating the festival. You can gather somewhere and do. So yesterday they all gathered in one place. We made a big festival. In Electronic City also, let's see, next year something can plan with it. Here also in temple we do the same. That is yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, sir.
Um,
So, yesterday around 38 devotees attended the session and 22 devotees participated in quiz, and chanting was done by 14 devotees and Naivedya was done by 13 devotees.
yes, Prabhu.
And there are no questions today. We have a lot of feedback.
Mm.
Can go through the feedback.
Yeah, but let me reshare. I don't know what happens to the tabs.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me
Not able to share, Prabhu.
Sometimes the tabs are not clickable, but now I can. Can you see the feedback?
Yes, we can see. Yes, bro. So, Papa Rao Prabhu says really it helps our life to become a first mode of option, which is 4 a.m. to 12. He's talking about Sattva Guna to attend the regular session and be blissful. Harsha Prabhu says, I am extremely sorry due to work issue. I was unable to attend the last classes, but I am going through audio and PDF notes. Then I am answering the above questions. It's indeed a great spiritual experience for me. Jai Sri Krishna. Vaishali Mataji is saying, after understanding the three modes, I am going to be more aware of the situations where I can convert my Rajasic and especially Tamasic way of responding to situations into a Sattvic way, especially with my kids. And
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Actually, this is the important thing. Not just attending the sessions and going away. The take-home points. How can we implement this in our life? Mataji said that, especially with my kids, wonderful point. So how can we apply in our life with husband, with wife, with parents, with relatives, with kids? This is how we have to understand the response that we do. Then definitely your progress will is definite. There's no doubt in it. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Then Bhanupriya Mataji said, Guruji, in this journey we are able to know so much and learn and try to adopt most of the good things in our life. You made it simple and at the same time very effective that we can notice gradual change in us towards spirituality. Guruji, every day when I tell the feedback regarding the session, feel the feedback regarding the session, I feel we are the blessed ones to just get this amazingly wonderful opportunity which we are enjoying to the fullest. I feel I am very small to give feedback. It's only learning and absorbing what you teach, and try and put it into practice, as most of the knowledge you are giving us on this platform is that which we are hearing from the authentic Guru for the first time in our life. Guru Bhyo Namah. Raghavendra Prabhu says good. Vasanta Prabhu says, Prabhuji, you are very good at teaching. I have read three modes of nature many times, but never relate to our day-to-day life. The way you explained is awesome. Thank you, Prabhuji, for such great efforts to let us know the things in details. ಲೀಲಾವತಿ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಸೇಸ್ ಗುರುಜಿ ನಾವು ಡೆತ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ನಂತರ ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜನ್ಮ ಪಡೆಯುತ್ತದೆ ಸುಮನ್
The question.
Yeah, it's a kind of question, bro.
Yes. So immediately, once you give up this body, you take the other body. That's what scripture says. Then many questions arise. We go for hell also. No, we go and suffer there for such a long period. And there is Pindadan. No, we do these Pindas and many things. How is this? I don't know. But just accept what scriptures say. Just giving up this body, you take the other body. So I was explaining somewhere. Or something I was explaining it in previous sessions where there's a difference in the time. So Brahma, for one day of Brahma, we spend millions and millions of years. Thousands of yugas pass away. Isn't it? For one day of Brahma. The same way when Jiva goes to hell, which is below that, Atala, Vitala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patala, somewhere in the Patala, that 28 hellish planets are there. And the time is more faster there. They spend millions of years suffering and then they come and take birth here. It's just a fraction of a second. Here they die, they go. Meanwhile, they come to the next body. So this is my understanding. Actually, scriptures say just immediately they take another. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji. Any questions?
No other questions, bro. If devotees, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand and switch in.
Okay. Nobody have. You can. This question, Prabhuji. Okay. Thank you. So one information, and today there is solar eclipse. So take care. Don't neglect. This is little bit, you can say, powerful solar eclipse which is visible. So how to observe this? It's very simple. You know this darbe, the grass. You go for some gandigang, that shops they give that. Take, offer to the Lord, keep in front of the Lord. Now, so before 4 o'clock, you keep in all your houses any grains you have on the grain, in the water tanks, water over there, every places you keep. Then 4 to 6, try to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, meditate more on the Lord, read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad, something based on the Lord's connectivity. You do that. After that, take bath in the house. Carry on with your behold duties, whatever. This is very simple. And eat before 1. See, very simple. Whatever the time you want, you can eat. But during the time of solar eclipse, your stomach should be empty. It should be completely digested. So such is the thing you have to eat. You can plan your own plan, whatever you want. At 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, even 3 you eat, I get digested 1 hour only. Then fine, you can eat. You also you can stay. Okay. Then this is all divine things. See, the Lord's potency. There is a grass. In the grass, he has kept such a power, even the eclipse cannot enter. That is the energy of a grass. Many think, what happens keeping this grass? Foolishly we think. That is what the scriptures say. We don't know about it. You're not visible in our material eye. That is the strength that the grass has. Once you keep on that, it produces the energy. It protects that from that negative energy of that eclipse. That is the strength. Many things. Nobody is asking questions, so I'm speaking something and letting you know other things also. We should see this pastime of Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra, when he comes to that Vashishta to take that Kamadhenu or the Surabhi cow, he says, I cannot give this. Finally, he says, I am the king of this nation. I have to have the best one with me, not the Rishis or the sadhus like you. I need this cow. He says, no. Finally, he stands to battle with him. He's having so many astras. First, that's a bigger story. First, the cow itself will say, then he'll go and he'll do tapasya. He'll become tapasya and he become Raja Shrestha, this thing, Rishi, Raja Rishi will become. Then he comes with all the divine weapons, Brahmastra, Vashupatastra, all the astras he's having now. He comes and stands with in front of Vashishta. Vashishta is meditating there, the holy names of the Lord, and this person is coming, is ready to fight. Now he says, his mantra danda is there, no? He'll be having the danda. Oh, this foolish, okay, battle ready, go. He sends the mantra danda. Whatever the weapons is living, it is just swallowing. The mantra danda which that Vashishta had, it is swallowing. The Pashupatastra, Brahmastra, everything, it is just swallowing everything. This person spends millions of years to meditate and acquire all this strength. That mantra, the simple thing of that, Rishi is swallowing everything. That is spirituality. Yes, ordinary stick can do many things. When it is spiritually empowered, even we, until then we think that this is material body, I am this body, we are all useless. Once I think I am part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, I am the spirit soul, just think your strength, how much it will. Not just thinking it comes, get empowered, chanting the holy names of the Lord, spiritualizing our senses, eating this food offered to the Lord, spiritualizing our body, spiritualizing our thoughts, spiritualizing everything, each and every activity of life. Then you'll be able to experience the bliss. Even the greatest of the greatest cannot come and face in front of you. That will be our power. Be a little bit faithful, serious, sincerity. So show some sincerity towards this. Wake up early morning, chant Hare Krishna. Every day offer any one or the other thing to the Lord. Please the Lord, take that prasadam, purify yourself completely, and lead a blissful life. Okay? Thank you, Hare Krishna. So I thank each and every devotee who has assembled here for this session. So let us chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra and wind up. Okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now I'll give the option to unmute yourself. You can unmute, say Hare Krishna and leave the mission.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vaishali Mataji. Hare Krishna Guru, Hare Krishna Anita Mataji, Hare Krishna Bhanupriya Mataji, Hare Krishna Divya Mataji, Saraswati Mataji, Mohan Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Shweta Mataji, Vasant Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Venktesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Aruna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Lilith
Prabhu.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Lata Subhana Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
How is your service, Mataji, in Tirumala? ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ Okay. Hare Krishna to all. Thank you. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for
Chandrasekhar
joining
Prabhu.
the session. Yeah, we'll continue tomorrow with chapter 16. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
End the session.